we'll kind of get into the brand. The brand is Two Robber Spirits Company. They've been working on, created by these two dudes, Vic and Viv Nair, Philadelphians. They had their home broken into twice. There's also two of them, hence how you work your way into Two Robbers. They started in 2017, so they are kind of still like that startup brand, or have like that kind of like startup mentality. So with being a startup, they have like this really intimate relationship with the bars in their area, whether it's in hometown Philadelphia or in New Jersey, New York, that tri-state area, and it's just important for them to have that. And they went from being a hard seltzer here, as you can see through Two Robbers Hard Seltzer. The branding had this kind of like fun illustrative vibe to it. They still kind of have the illustrative vibe on the new packaging, but now they're a vodka soda brand, not necessarily hard seltzer. So that brings us to the problem the teams were confronted with of they had a facelift of, hey, not only did our brand change, but also, hey, our ingredients changed. And having that loyal sort of like relationship with these different bars had that loyal fan base. But that's not going to necessarily solve or overcome all these barriers for them to become such a fan favorite yet again. And so the assignment was, of course, being that this is a Philadelphian brand or a tri-state area sort of brand, is just to get Philadelphians to ask for Two Robbers at their next bar visit, or when they go to the grocery store to consider them. And this was accomplished, as I mentioned, through having that strategic setup. Yeah, having the strategic setup, having a brand platform, and then some executions to bring that to life. And just so that way everyone kind of understands like where the brand's coming from. Is it just wanted to put this here? It's like they're using this winter wheat vodka. They only care about real fresh ingredients, and they're about the good stuff. So boom. That's Two Robbers. I'm sure you'll hear more about them in the presentation to give you like more context, but this is what they were given. A little bit more than just this. But yeah. So drum roll, to introduce the team. There's so many drums here, so just imagine one long drum roll, going on and on and on. All right, so I'll introduce the two mentors. We have Ruben and Paul. Ruben being the strategy director on this, and then Paula being the creative lead on this as well. And then with them, oh wait, sorry to move this. We have Abby, Sebastian, and Dasha, each being, Abby's a strategist, Sebastian is a copywriter, Dasha's the art director, working with the mentors to bring this to life, bring this project to life. So grateful for everyone participating, from the mentor standpoint and the mentee standpoint. I was telling them this before the call, but this literally could not be done without them. So all blessings to them. And with that, yeah, we'll get started, and I'll hand it off to the team. They can show you their project, and we'll get rocking and rolling.
All right. Great. So thank you so much, John, again for hosting and putting this on. We can't wait to share what we have today. Starting off with this question: what does your drink say about you? Let's find out. Like John said, we're the Couch Coins. This is the team. I'm Abby, your strategist. Joining me presenting today is Dasha, our incredible art director, and Sebastian, our wordsmith copywriter, and supported by our incredible mentors, Ruben and Paul. So with their support, we've created this campaign. We'll really quickly hit on the strategy behind the idea that we brought to life, and kind of look at the whole campaign from start to finish, how it would live in the world, and how people would begin to interact with it. So as John mentioned, we had the ask to get Philadelphians, New Jerseyers, and New Yorkers in that Northeast urban area to really ask their bartender or realtor for Two Robbers by name. And that would require them to really know who Two Robbers is. And looking back over our research, we kind of had some reflections of where nightlife has been in the last 4 years, from COVID to all the lockdowns and unrest, the great resignation, people shaking up their lives, and now the cost of living crisis. The way that people are engaging with nightlife looks a lot different. We still want to go out and engage with nightlife, but the sentiment nowadays is like something we heard in research from Andy. I don't like meeting new people. I like knowing new people. It's this desire to be known, but not go through the pressure of putting yourself out there as much. We found that the way that people want to interact is a lot different nowadays. What used to be more of a culture of reaching out, like this social posturing ring, can I buy you a drink? How's your night going? Is really shifting more towards this focus on the inner circle. um, Approaching that person that you don't really know has a lot of tricky connotations. People don't like the pressure associated with that. Rather, they prefer to stay more in their tight inner circles because it's there that they are really known for who they are and feel free to express themselves. And that desire is great, but a focus on inner circles is making it harder for people to know how to build social bridges, not just in nightlife, but in everything. So, who are our people? Meet the urban individualists. These are the young Gen Z urban millennials. They're working their butts off, side hustling, going through the motions of city living, and 65% of them would say that they're busier than the average person. So when they're looking for a drink, honestly, something like Two Robbers, a canned drink, can give them that convenience or ease of use on the go when they're trying to get from point A to point B. However, they're facing this issue with canned drinks where they feel like they have to choose between quality and convenience. If they're picking convenience, they're just picking up something that tastes cheap and not necessarily something that they really enjoy or is impeccable or some experience that they would savor, which gives Two Robbers an in because for the consumer, whether it's convenience or health or just impeccable taste, they would say this: we want the things we consume to be at their best so we can feel at our best too. For urban individualists, they're starting to recognize too that alcohol is not just what is not always needed to get what we want out of a social situation, because 83% of them kind of recognize that there's more of that negative side effect of overconsumption, and they're looking to avoid that. So overall, they're recognizing that their best self isn't always contingent on the consumption of alcohol, but on what that can bring to their lives socially and how they can engage with others and stand out as a unique individual. Two Robbers as a brand understand this. They understand how to reach people that are into like personal self-expression. They have a pulse on culture. They have an appetite for something intentionally made, something crafted. Like John mentioned, this brand is using real ingredients and they're putting themselves forward as a creative brand. Because when you're involved with creativity and culture, you're starting to express yourself in a way that's more vibrant, more exciting. It's a better way to live and connect with others. This is a belief that's core to the brand's DNA. Like Lexi said, who is the general manager, one of our owners is into design. He did the whole design for this place himself. Talking about the Two Robbers flagship store, the owners see Two Robbers as a way to express themselves, just like they hope the drink gives for other people as well. So, to reach urban individualists, we'll need to disrupt the noise in their busy lives, but also draw them to the intentionally crafted, raising the awareness for the brand. Secondly, we want to lift consideration for the brand, positioning it as a way to stand out as an individual, but also belong to other people and culture and find the community that you're looking for. So, simply stated, the strategy is to help these people access their authentic selves in a world that feels socially numb. With the brand platform inviting to express, not impress. This brand platform gives meaning to Two Robbers brand with a call to action to connect to those around us, while also placing an authenticity to remove the pressure from social posturing and just be yourself. Which leads us to what it would it look like to bring this platform to life?
Starts with two. It's that moment when connecting feels effortless and natural. Sharing a laugh with someone new at a bar and realizing you have so much in common, or rekindling with someone and realizing how special that moment is. These nights, these stories all have to begin somewhere, and they always starts with two, perhaps even a two robbers. And we felt the best way to illustrate these nights and these stories is by illustrating the moments. So when you find yourself in a conversation and realize how long you've been speaking, it starts with two. Or when you're reminiscing in the past and using the common phrase, remember when, it always starts with two. Or when you're making the best out of troubling times, they start with two. Or when you find yourself having the best time in places you least expect, they start with two.
So the overarching theme in the art direction of this campaign was to utilize imagery that feels really real and authentic and unstaged, and just really captures people enjoying life and living and creating memories. And also we use very subtle product placement of Two Robbers because we want to position the brand as the glue that connects people with life's greatest moments. And also we felt that Two Robbers already had a really strong brand identity with their recent rebrand. So we referenced it throughout the print ads by utilizing their colors that they use in the cans, and also with like a modern typeface. And we positioned these print ads throughout New York City, in locations such as Soho, where our target audience will spend a lot of time in. And then this leads us into the event launch point, which is a Two Robbers spiked twin popsicle truck. So this Two Robber truck will go around in the summertime in locations such as Washington Square Park and Central Park, because again, these are locations that our target audience spends a lot of time in. And these spiked popsicles you can break off and share with your friend. And they will all come with an invitation to the next Two Robbers event. And the idea here is to raise brand awareness for Two Robbers, while also giving people a taste of Two Robbers, helping people beat humidity that's going on the East Coast, and also just raising excitement for the next upcoming Two Robbers events, which leads us into our first event, which is Come As One, Leave Us Two. This is an immersive Two Robbers tasting experience, where you must show up alone and then you will be matched with a random stranger. This will be hosted at a bar, and the host will provide a question-based card game that will have separate tiers, and these questions will be centered around community and relationships and intimate questions, and we'll ask questions such as, how do you help the community? What do you think makes a great partner? And the idea here is to alleviate the pressure of going into a new space and feeling awkward and not knowing what to talk about. And also just avoiding generic questions such as, what do you do for work, or where do you live? Because the general consensus is everyone is tired of that and everyone is really looking to connect. So here you will come alone and you will leave connected.
Too Cool for Art School is a student mixed media art competition for the students of Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts following its school sudden closure. Two Robbers feels responsible to uplift the art scene in its hometown of Pennsylvania. So teams of two artists from different mediums will work together to produce a single piece of artwork, and the winning team will receive a scholarship to support the continuation of their education, whether that's an MFA program or even at another institution. Two Robbers comedian roast off. Who doesn't love a good comedic show? And Two Robbers agrees. So Two Robbers will host a comedian roast battle where well-known comedians from the northern eastern area will fight it out in a tournament-like bracket format where two comedians go in and one comedian comes out.
So the following event is a Two Robbers Manual collaboration. Manual is a 35mm photo company based in New York. This is a really popular company within the local crowd of New York City, and they host really amazing, fun events. And this will be a Two Robbers party in collaboration. It will be an open bar, and everyone in attendance will be given out a free disposable camera, which people will use to take photos throughout the night. And then these photos will be used for Two Robbers' social media accounts. And again, the idea here is to really capture real life moments and show what it means to connect with people in real life.
A digital Polaroid wall. Polaroid walls are essential to dive bar culture, a culture that Two Robbers wants to create more accessible. So Two Robbers will place QR codes in all of its distributor bars, leading people to a Polaroid style filter where they could capture moments and later be featured on Two Robbers' Instagram feed. Two Robbers X Laundry Day. Laundry Day, an American pop rock band from New York, known for their a cappella skits, would team up with Two Robbers to create an exciting bar crawl vlog where they would take viewers to every bar that features Two Robbers. Two Robbers X Isaiah Likes. A prominent influencer known for his focus on city lifestyle and street interviews will team up with Two Robbers' founders to showcase Philadelphia's best bars and restaurants, and also share the unique history and journey of Two Robbers.
These executions come to life across 4 months of a communications plan running from July to October of 2024. You'll see how we've led the campaign with the evergreen execution, such as the print and the digital Polaroid roll, punching in social right in the center. But then in our really fun experiential moments, we've created a waterfall effect where they come to the pop-up truck and begin to become more aware of events that might spike their unique interests, whether that's art, comedy, or just making that new connection. So in summary, we've identified the problem where people are finding it harder to reach out because of the changes in nightlife. So this gives Two Robbers an opportunity to be the thing that brings people together who are looking to connect and explore something new and find their self-expression along the way. Our audience are these urban individualists who are open to adventure but stuck in their routines and just needing something to liven up their weekends. The strategy being to show them that we can help them make these connections while expressing their own selves in the brand platform, inviting to express, not impress, which comes to life in the Starts With Two campaign and the creative executions you've seen above, which all culminate to invite urban individualists into these moments, these experiences that they'll remember and begin to associate the brand with that really cool memory that they made or that person that they met along the way. And with that, we are the Couchcoits. Thank you very much.
Can you go back to that last slide? Sorry.
Of course. Let me
The one
just.
that has everything. Yeah, the.
Yes. On it. This one?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I thought this was really great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think the strategy is awesome. I thought everything you guys did was really good. All the creative was good. I think.